بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. To conclude our topic on perception, perspective, I think it's best to remember a verse of the Quran. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, عَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ وَعَسَىٰ أَن تُحِبُّوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌ لَكُمْ. Allah says, Asa, it's possible, perhaps something will happen to you, and in your mind, you think that it is harmful. But in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is something beneficial. And sometimes in your mind, you think something is beneficial, but in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is actually harmful for you. As Muslims, when we realize that we're not in control and Allah is in control, it gives us a lot of comfort and allows us to always look at the positive in things. Whether it is sickness, whether it is the loss of wealth, whether it is the difficulties that we face, if we always think about this, when I am facing something, I do my best for a positive outcome. When it is done, I remember that Allah is in control of everything. Nothing can ever defeat me. عَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ وَعَسَىٰ أَن تُحِبُّوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌ لَكُمْ. That my perspective is always that whatever is done, it is in my best situation. That I'm trying to get a job, I'm not getting it. I'm trying to move somewhere to, get something, I'm not getting it. If I remember that I do my best, then I will never be disappointed. However, once the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, when the Prophet ﷺ told them this, they said, أَفَلَا نَتَّكِلْ أَفَلَا نَتَّكِلْ. So Ya Rasulullah, if everything is written, should I not just sit back and wait for my destiny to come to me? If I am meant to get a certain job, should I just not sit down and inshallah that job will come to me? Should I not just, if my education is meant to come, I don't need to prepare. I don't need to do my homework. If I'm meant to, succeed in life, if I'm meant to do good things, should I not just sit down? أَفَلَا نَتَّكِلْ. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, no. كُلٌّ مُيَسَّرٌ لِمَا خُلِقَ. My job, before anything happens, is I put my full effort into it. I want to make it to a good job. I want to make it to a good college. I want to make it to a good place. I want to get these things that are important in my life. I have to put the effort into it. If I am putting in the effort into it, Allah will make it possible. But once I get it, or once I don't get it, and there's nothing I can do to go back in time and change it, that's when I say, عَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. That if it's beneficial, it's from Allah. And you get it, alhamdulillah. If I don't get it, alhamdulillah. So the ulama explained there are two steps. Before I do anything, I don't just say, yes, if it's meant for me, I'll get it. No, I put my effort into it. I want to make sure that my child gets into a prestigious high school, college, university. I'm not just going to sit back, I'm going to put some effort into it. But once my child doesn't make it, I'm not going to sit down and complain, Ya Allah, we put our effort. No. عَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. Allah knows what we don't know. Jalaluddin Rumi, he gives a beautiful analogy about the ant. He says, if you look at a carpet like this, you'll see some beautiful embroidery. It's not flat. Sometimes you'll see some beautiful embroidery. So an ant that crawls on a carpet doesn't realize that sometimes there are bumps, sometimes there are change in patterns. And from the mind of the ant, what's all this discomfort? I'm just crawling and then there's a bump. I'm just crawling and then the color changes. I'm just crawling and it's completely different. But when a person looks up and sees the beautiful designs, he has a better perspective. When you say a person is from one dimension and another person can see from 3 dimensions, a 2-dimensional versus 3-dimensional perspective, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's perspective is all-encompassing. يُحِيطُونَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. يُحِيطُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. He's able to encompass everything. So as we conclude, when we talk about perspective, my perspective should always be positive. If I see harm come my way, I move away. If I see benefit in my way, I go for it. But if the harm comes to me and the benefit escapes me, then I say, قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلْ. Whatever Allah has destined for me, it is the best for me, and I have yaqeen and certainty in that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our yaqeen and confidence. May He give us those things that are beneficial in His sight and protect us from those things that are harmful in His sight. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.